today's one of those days where like I'm not gonna go out to like the gas station and get new stuff. It's just kind of a polish off whatever's left in the fridge, which is lemonade and Makers,
Mm,
2 tall Keystone Lights, and a Mike's Hard Lemonade.
nice. I still have that Aldi whiskey Brian brought from England.
Oh yeah, have you even tried that yet?
I think I mixed it with lemonade one night and it was fine.
Any
But
better or worse than Evan Williams?
it's better, yeah. It's definitely not the best whiskey in the world as he claims.
As a bottle claims. I don't know if he claims
Yeah.
that.
Or yeah.
You know, the farther down I'm getting to this, which is weird, the more lemonade it is.
Hmm.
And I'm kind of like, it's kind of one of those things where like, okay, you know the meme of like Kermit the Frog with the hood over his head that like tells you to do bad things?
Yeah.
Well, I have one of those situations going on right now where Kermit the Frog with the hood on is telling me to pour more whiskey into it. But I remember I really didn't enjoy the top of this.
Yeah, I'm probably not good. Maybe finish that one, then go make another one.
That's probably a good idea. I do have some lemonade left. Lemonade, Keystone Light, and Mike's Hard.
Mix it all together.
Yeah. Oh, no. Wait, no, I take it back. You're listening to Tailgate Country. On today's episode, Brett and Hunter review new music, talk about music coming up, and Luke Combs.
Oh, damn.
So you want to start with our country jam? We were way wrong with our guesses.
We were all way wrong.
Yeah.
Just to recap, I said Ashley McBride. Brian said Michael Ray, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I think I said Russell Dickerson.
Yeah.
Spoiler
alert.
It's Tracy Bird.
I said Tracy Lawrence because I didn't even know, hardly knew who he was.
Yeah, he's older, it looks like, according to his Spotify page.
Yeah. Oh, he's the Drinking Bone guy and the 10 Rounds with Jose Cuervo. Yeah. Duh. Okay, Tracy Bird. Yeah. Pardon us for not knowing our. What is he? Oh, early 2000s country. Oh.
Yeah, he put an album out in 2003, then went all the way to 2016.
Yeah.
So his older stuff's a little before our time. But...
Yeah, 93, not 2003. We were definitely born before 2003. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess, you know what? It's episode 4. This is going to come out like on our launch date. So we might as well lose a whole bunch of followers right from the start. I'm ignorant with 90s country and 2000s, like early 2000s country. That is not my cup of tea. That was before my time. I know everybody kind of dons that as the golden age because they grew up with it. I didn't grow up with that. I don't romanticize it. There goes half of our listeners.
Yeah, we grew up with the 2005 to 2013 country.
Man, that's where it's at. We will definitely dedicate an episode just to that.
And we got our playlist too, our 2000s country playlist. So
it's so good
to check that one out.
Yeah, people might be a little misled by that because they'll see 2000s country, be like, "Oh, sweet, 2001 handlebar mustache, Tim McGraw." No, you're wrong. No. That's not what's on it.
It's about. I think my cutoff was 2012, 2013. From about started at about 2005.
Oh, dude, 2014 and 15. 2015 had some amazing albums come out. Like
True.
Tyler Farr's "Suffer in Peace" came out. Morgan Wallen's first EP came out. And Cody Jinks's Adobe Sessions came out.
Oh, nice.
In 2015. Great year for country.
I wouldn't consider that 2000s country though.
Mm-mm. That is definitely modern country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead. We got our best episode yet ahead. And I'm going to start with just a tirade. So the Old Town Road movie came out. It's like the music video. Have you seen it?
I didn't watch it. I completely forgot to watch it.
It confirms that this thing is just not country. Like, if it's so country, I have a really expletive version of this written out, but I have since calmed down a little bit. But like, if it's so country, then where are all the country artists? You don't see Tim McGraw in it. There's no Eric Church, no Dirks. Billy Ray's in it. But otherwise, you got Halsey shaking her ass. I like Halsey, but get out of my country music videos. Like, if you want to see like a really good old Western country music video, look at Darius Rucker's Straight to Hell. It's got, first of all, that song is just great. Just listen to it on repeat anyways. But you got Jason Aldean, you got Luke Bryan, and Charles Kelly all in it. And like they throw it back to like the Old West. It's an awesome video.
It's like a Prohibition era bar,
yeah,
right?
Yes. Yeah. It's exactly, Prohibition era. This video for Old Town Road just proves that it's just a parody. We don't need to talk about this anymore. This should be the end of this forever and ever.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to waste my time watching the video, and it seems like it just solidifies, even like Luke Combs was saying, how it's making fun of country music. And
yeah, I've officially declared this the end of Old Town Road.
Yep, it's done.
Lil Nas X, you're done. You're canceled. Old Town Road is canceled. The end. Got that off my chest in a much more calm manner than I originally anticipated.
Yeah.
But we should probably move on to our recurring segment talking about Luke Combs.
Luke Combs.
We're always going to talk about Luke Combs.
Yep, he announced today that he's putting out a 5-song EP called The Prequel before, I guess, he launches a whole album.
Oh yeah, that's definitely what that means. I didn't realize that. That's cool.
That's what prequel means.
Thanks. Yeah. But I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know.
So it's like maybe it's going to be like the last album, how he had the deluxe edition added 4 or 5 songs. So maybe he'll put out, maybe the album that comes out will be like the deluxe edition already with 15 songs or whatever.
Is this man ever like, he's going to have 1,000 songs by the time he retires?
Oh yeah, he's gonna be like,
he's
George Strait with the what do you have, like 60 number ones?
Yeah, dude, he's gonna put.
Yeah,
he put out his first major album in 17, right? And then the deluxe edition came out in 18.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And now in 19 he's gonna be putting out another one, probably with 20 tracks on it. On this EP, Beer Never Broke My Heart, as expected. We're also going to have Refrigerator Door, Even Though I'm Leaving, Lovin' on You, and Moon Over Mexico. All of those can be found pretty readily on YouTube.
I think there's only one video that I've seen for Even Though I'm Leaving, and it's at the Bluebird.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him like actually perform that one to a concert.
No, at the rodeo, he performed Beer Never Broke My Heart, and he performed a song that I am devastated isn't coming out for the summer.
Yeah.
One Too Many. Really excited for the EP. Would have been even more excited about it if One Too Many came on. That song, I personally think that song is going to be better than Beer Never Broke My Heart. I know, hot take, but it will be.
It's a little more like gas pedal to the floor, all gas, no brakes, just, he shotguns a beer halfway through the song when he plays.
Yeah, that is 100% true. I hope he does it on the studio recorded version too. I can see him doing it. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, if anybody doesn't exactly know what song we're talking about, it's the video that you can find on YouTube where he's singing. It's a great song, Melt Your Face Off, and then he shotguns a beer halfway through. Takes him like a quarter of a second.
But the other 4 songs, they're all kind of, I don't want to say slower. Is that a good word to use for them?
Yeah, I would say so. They're not, I mean, Beer Never Broke My Heart is a jam.
Yeah.
The rest of them aren't exactly jams unless he does them differently on his EP. Because I know a good example, Cody Johnson would perform Understand Why at his concerts back last year before he released his new album, and they would be pretty. I mean, sometimes he just straight up did it acoustic. He wouldn't even have a band with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he released it, and it added some lead guitar in there, and it sounded way more upbeat on the studio recorded version than what he would do in person. But I don't think anything too drastic is going to happen in any of those songs.
I think I've only heard Lovin' on You like maybe once or twice.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure I've heard it.
But yeah, these songs are all great. I don't think there's going to be one where we're going to be like, ooh, like that should not have been a song or something like
Luke
that.
Combs will never release something like that. Every one of his songs will be great. But yeah, some news that we have here. I'll retread back on Cody Johnson. His new-ish single, as the radio will tell you, On My Way to You, cracked top 10. That's great news. It took it a while, and it's taking kind of the rest of the country a while to get on board with Cody Johnson, but that's huge.
Yeah, that's huge for Texas country. That's huge for country music in general.
I'm checking to see if with UIM ever cracked the top 10.
Up here, On My Way to You is the first Cody Johnson I've heard on the radio.
Fuck it. It is not coming up. So I guess we'll be left in mystery if with UIM ever cracked the top 10. I have a feeling it probably didn't.
Yeah, I feel like we would have heard about that. I don't know.
So yeah, congrats, Kojo, on maybe your first top 10 song. That's huge. We should probably talk about a bus incident that happened. I'm sure people have heard. Travis Tritt, his tour bus was involved in an accident. He didn't actually hit a car or anything, but he was in South Carolina near Myrtle Beach. There's a car driving the opposite way. It hit another car, and then it ran into the bus. 2 people actually died from that crash, and Travis Tritt went on Twitter and said that he was really shaken up by what he witnessed. He took some time to bless those who died. He's all right. Everyone on the bus is all right. I'm pretty sure Travis Tritt just went on to perform the next couple of days after that. So that's rough.
Yeah, good for him to get up there and perform.
But we also had. I don't watch American Idol. I watched American Idol when I was 8, maybe, for a couple of episodes. But this guy Lane Hardy was the winner this year, and he's country, and he's awesome. He's from Louisiana. You'd have to be blind and deaf not to know that, because he beats you over the head with it in every single song he sings. But this kid was born after 2000. He was born in September of 2000.
So he's 19.
That's disgusting to say that 19-year-olds are born after 2000.
Yeah.
But yeah, he won. He's pretty good. He's got a few good songs out there. I know I stuck Hurricane on my new music playlist. It's pretty good. It's some William Clark Green-esque music about growing up and living in the bayou and whatnot. He's only got one EP out with 3 songs, or it's actually not an EP. He's released 3 singles, and he's got a delightful rendition of Blue Christmas, and that's his body of work on Spotify. But
all right,
I would recommend checking him out.
Then we also have John Party just announced that he's going to put out a new album called Heartbreak Medicine on September 27th.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, about time. And he also just kind of out of nowhere released the lead single off of that, which is also called Heartbreak Medicine.
Yeah, that's a 90s country song brought into today. I know I ragged on 90s country to open this, but that doesn't mean I don't enjoy it. And yeah, it's great.
The fiddle intro really, it's nothing like, there's nothing like it on the radio today. So I was going to say, he also kind of looks like Woody from Toy Story, I think.
Oh my God, I almost spit whiskey out my nose.
It's true though, isn't it?
You texted me that on Saturday, and I was on the verge of blacking out. Like I was on the doorstep, and I remember reading that, and I totally forgot you said it, and I'm so glad you brought it back up. May 17th was just that. This whole weekend was just a huge weekend for new music. My new music playlist that usually sits around 10 to 15 songs, sitting at like 30 right now.
Yeah.
Because of all the great stuff that's coming out.
Mine's up there too on that.
Beefy.
Yeah.
I think it headline the weekend. This is certainly subjective, but we made it our single of the week, our song of the week. Jordan Rager's Colorblind. And another guy that like about damn time.
Yeah, exactly. He last summer put out the one of the good one songs, and then
that song is amazing.
Yeah. That was it till
that is one of my favorite
he
songs.
Just put out Colorblind, which it's a great song.
I was gonna say more of the same from one of the good ones. Jordan Rager, him and John Lake, it's like these small time Georgia guys, all have a really small body work, but like every single song is awesome. And he's one of those guys like I wish he had more. Like I can't wait for him to put out another couple of albums.
I mean, he just put out like all the work in progress sessions on YouTube. There's like 20 songs.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Colorblind was one of them, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was like it was like the second to last or last one. He covered "Gives You Hell" too, which was really good.
Yeah, I did go back and listen to that, and it's definitely worth it. His parents also very active on our Twitter. His dad is retweeting us. His mom's retweeting us. He actually finally liked our tweet and our picture. So thanks, Jordan, for finally acknowledging us. His parents have been doing so for a while. So we're again big. We were already big fans of Jordan, but now we're big fans of his whole family. Heartbreak Medicine wasn't the only new music that John Party was involved in this week.
Him and Thomas Rhett. It's a Thomas Rhett song. John Party's featured on it. But a song called "Beer Can't Fix." Which
time by time, Thomas Rhett is fixing himself for me. I'm not saying he's fixing himself as an artist, but again, that last album he just put out, I was like, it's not for me. He's talented, he's great, but not terribly country, but he is definitely reeling it back in.
I think I heard, I don't know where I heard this, but I guess he wrote this song on the golf course. He was golfing, and they were just like, oh, there's nothing beer can't fix, and they have a song.
That's such a great story.
Next other song that came out was by Drew Baldridge called "Middle of Nowhere Kids." What do you think of this one?
Oh, it's great. I like Drew Baldridge. He just put out Senior Year not too long ago. Yeah,
that song's Jordan Walker tweeted that it's going to country radio next month.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses is a song that I'm most familiar with when it comes to Drew Baldridge. That song I'm pretty sure we had that song like on loop on our way down to Georgia last year in the spring.
Yeah, I remember that. He has that, was it Dance With You song too? I think that was a couple years old.
Yeah, I think that one was, on here it says it was 2016. Yeah, I like that one. It's a good upbeat one. That's a great summer song too. It's good to see that some of these guys are putting out summer songs. I think the three that we've talked about so far are all pretty good summer songs.
Yeah, they're definitely summer songs. Well, I don't think any of those are going to hit country radio. I think Beer Never Broke My Heart's probably the only one for the summer.
To hell with country radio. Summer songs are the ones you can play on Spotify. By the way, we have an awesome playlist on our Spotify, on Hunter's Spotify search. Hunter Baxter on their Summer Jams. It's got a beautiful sunset-looking cover. And a picture of us having a pool party in the back of Hunter's truck.
Ingrid Andress also put out a new song called Both. We're big fans of her. She kind of came out of nowhere for us. And
I would totally agree. I could also be wrong on when More Hearts Like Mine also came out not too long ago. It wasn't this past week.
Not too long ago.
It came out this year though. And
I mean, she's only got the 3 songs on Spotify, so we don't really know a ton about her.
Well, she is going to be at CMA Fest, right?
CMA Fest, and I'm going to be there. Yeah, it's the 8th, June 8th.
Who are you going with?
My mom.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Lucky you guys.
She's just like, out of nowhere, she's like, there's hotels in Nashville for pretty cheap that weekend. You want to go? It's like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You're gonna be seeing like 15 new people and all for free, right?
We had to buy tickets for the Cody Johnson concert, but they were like $20.
Worth it.
So it's Ingrid Andress, Tucker Bethard, Ashley McBride, Hunter Hayes, and Cody Johnson.
And these are the ones he's just picking. Like, go on the website for CMA Fest. My head exploded when I was trying to see.
Yeah.
Like, you got like 7 reputable people that could all headline their own concert, performing like at once on different stages in Nashville this weekend.
And then the next day, Mason Ramsey at 10 o'clock in the morning. Definitely gonna make it for that one.
Oh, for sure. Like front row. Like you're
right.
gonna fight 12-year-old girls to get up front, block all of their views just to give Mason Ramsey a fist bump and watch him do that little spin around thing with the finger guns.
Yeah, and I want to hold his what was he on, like an inflatable dolphin once or something, like crowd surfing. So Saturday we have Mason Ramsey, Aaron Watson, Tyler Rich, Gone West. You ever heard of them?
I have not heard of Gone West, but I am
neither.
Inclined to look them up.
And then Granger Smith, Tyler Farr, Ray Lynn, and then Riley Green, and then Ryan Hurd and Walker Hayes are that night.
Okay, Riley Green is everywhere this summer.
Dude, yeah.
We're gonna see him. You're gonna see him a couple of times now.
Yeah, I'll see him by the end of the summer. That'll be my 3rd time seeing him.
Yeah, and John Party just announced him on his tour for about a dozen shows or so.
Yeah.
Later this year, starting in October. So that's pretty great. Riley Green getting the recognition he really deserves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got some great songs on YouTube that I think he's going to put out a hell of an album when he does.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and we said it last time, like, he doesn't give a shit what you think about what he says.
No.
So he's going to spit nothing but the truth. A very sharp left turn away from Riley Green. Walker Hayes put out a song, Don't Let Her.
Don't Let Her.
It's there's the thing that him and like 2016 Thomas Rhett and old Sam Hunt and like all these guys that kind of are like on the fence. There's one thing they all have in common is they put out songs that just get stuck in your head. It doesn't matter if they're country or not.
Yeah.
You're going to catch yourself thinking about them. This is one of those songs. I don't necessarily know if I love it as a country song, but I'm listening to it because it's catchy.
Yeah, I only listened to it a couple times. I don't think I even added it to my playlist.
I admittedly did. It got me. But it's, not bad. We'll go back and give you guys kind of a sense of what we actually think about them. We'll rate these after we kind of briefly talk about the rest of them. You want to talk about this next one?
The Lady Antebellum.
I actually admittedly didn't listen to it.
I didn't listen to it either.
Okay, basically Lady Antebellum put out a song, What If I Never Get Over You. Next.
Trey Landon came out with a new one called Loved by a Country Boy. And I'm a big Trey Landon fan, but I'm kind of disappointed with this one. This one's a no from me. Not to give away my rating or anything, but it's a no from me. It's annoying. I thought like
it is obnoxious. Like I didn't even listen to the whole thing. I got to like 60% through, and I'm like no. And
I listened to it a couple times, but because he's got like a couple of other songs that he's played on YouTube that are just so much better, I think. And
could this possibly be one that he put out with intentions of it hitting country radio, like curated it to country radio?
I don't know. It's
not great, is it?
No. He just talks about what it's like to be loved by a country boy. Okay. It's kind of got like this really annoying tune.
Would not recommend.
Then Tyler Braden put out one called Thank Me for That. I liked it. I don't know. What do you think?
I thought it was okay. I didn't add it to my list. I don't even think I actually went back and gave it a second listen. I think it's one of those though where like you're on Spotify and you find all these things and you add them to your queue. So you listen to them, and I think that's one that I might have just flat out forgotten to add.
Yeah.
It was good. I don't know if it's necessarily memorable, but it's not bad. I didn't hate it.
No, he's definitely more like rock country, I think.
Yeah, and I like rock country.
So,
I'm a big
yeah.
Jason Aldean is, I think, the one that kind of started that movement. Brantley Gilbert's big into that, and I love those guys. But this one didn't hit me the same way as, you know, an Aldean song or Brantley Gilbert. John Wolfe put out some new music, which is great. He's still plugging away with some good stuff. John Wolfe, same guy who sings Boots on the Dance Floor. It's on our Texas playlist, another shameless plug for that Texas playlist that I'm sure is coming out here soon. But he released Some Old Bar in the 90s. And yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good. It's listenable.
It like makes you want to be at some old bar in the 90s. If you listen to that and then follow it up with John Party's new song,
you're basically back in 1993.
Yeah.
I think the highlight of the releases that actually I didn't see coming.
No,
I didn't know he was releasing.
I didn't know he was releasing a whole EP. Like, he put out a song or two, and I figured that was just going to be it.
Yeah, but Logan Mize put out From the Vault EP, and it is just solid all the way around.
Yeah, it's like Logan Mize's bread and butter. Which
is good because he's really good.
Yeah.
The song, the two standout songs that I found from it, Only in This Town and The Good Guys. I have those on my new music playlist and basically on repeat.
I like those two, and I like Best Friends too. I think that one's really good.
Yeah, are really good. Logan Mize has a lot of great songs. Can't Go Away from a Good Time. As we talked about in episode 1, he has Thank God for You that Rodney Atkins just re-put out with his own version. This guy, he's good. He gets plays on the radio, but I don't think people necessarily know it's him.
Better Off Gone's on the radio right now.
Yeah, but he's a guy that I feel like people won't really realize that he's playing until you look and you're like, oh, that's Logan Mize. He writes really enjoyable songs that are easy listening. Like, I think our boy that we talked about last week, Sean Stemley, and I'm still saying his name wrong, but I think he's on pace to be the next Logan Mize.
Yeah.
With just a lot of easy listening songs that are good to, you know, put on if you're just chilling with some friends, or, you know, might not be a song that you kind of stop the room and, you know, jam out to, but
yeah, they're just sit back and drink a beer 12 kind of songs.
You can come up with like an NHL comparison since you're a hockey guy, but Logan Mize is like the San Antonio Spurs of country music, where like he's just solid. Like everything he puts out is solid.
Yeah.
But he might not be the most exciting and most interesting country star, but like everything he puts out is solid. And you know,
he's like aside from the past season, he's like the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Just like they're always good and always there.
I admittedly know nothing about hockey, but I listen to an NHL podcast called Wet Jeans, courtesy of Hunter. I would recommend it for everybody listening. I don't know anything about hockey. I don't have an interest in the NHL really at all, but it's not.
They say they're an NHL podcast. It's not.
They say they're an NHL podcast 100 times an episode, but like, if you don't mind a little bit of offensive humor, like if you enjoyed Family Guy growing up, listen to these guys and like,
it's like they drink a whole bottle of Jack and just talk about whatever's on their mind.
So funny. I've almost wrecked my car a few times listening to them. All right, but let's go back and give these ones a rating. And our rating scale doesn't really exist. We're going to come up with that on the fly. So we're going to rate it from Florida Georgia Line to Luke Combs, where Florida Georgia Line is Florida Georgia Line and Luke Combs is Luke Combs. So I don't know if it's a 10 rate scale or a 7 rate scale. That's for you to decide.
Yeah.
What did you think of the first one?
I'd say it's like a Jake Owen.
I think that, That's pretty. I'm not as high on Jake Owen as everybody else. So that's the other thing about a rating scale. It's just totally subjective. So if you hate Jake Owen, then you could be thinking that we're saying that this is like a D- song. But if you like Jake Owen, you might like that. I would say it's like I would rate it like a Brad Paisley out of Luke Combs.
Yeah.
We both really enjoy the artists that we talked about.
Yeah. We got the Thomas Rhett song.
The Thomas Rhett song, I also think it's pretty solid. God, it's hard coming up with this kind of scale. That's not numeric on the fly. I would say it's good.
Good out of Florida Georgia Line.
Yeah, it is a good out of Luke Combs.
I'd say it's like a Jason Aldean probably.
Yeah, I would say I do I like Jason Aldean. I would say it's probably Luke Bryan because I like Jason Aldean a lot, and I like that song kind of a lot. So I would say,
okay,
I would say like 2012 Luke Bryan though, not 2006 Luke Bryan.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we should do. We should rate like an artist and then his year. Interesting. What'd you think about the next one, Drew Baldridge?
Drew Baldridge.
For kids.
I'd say it's like a Granger Smith. Like steady.
Yeah. Although Granger Smith does have America, which
that's not Granger Smith. That's
Earl
Dibbles Jr.
It's Granger Smith featuring.
Guy.
Yeah. Boy, detracting a little bit because that's what we do best on this podcast. When I was moving to Texas, I drove from Cleveland, Ohio to Austin, Texas, and I listened to the song America, or just America by Earl Dribbles Jr. no less than 25 times. And I was by myself, so nobody could tell me to turn it off. I think I listened to it through the entire state of Arkansas, and it never got old. So yeah, I would agree with you. I would say Granger Smith out of Luke Combs on that. Is that an 8 out of 10? Is it a 4 out of 10? That's for you to decide. Who knows? For me, it's an 8 out of 10.
The Ingrid Andress song. This one's a little tricky.
I chose her other one that she put out earlier this year to put on my list over both. I'm not gonna lie there.
Let's see.
I put More Hearts Like Mine on over both.
Yeah, I like that one better, but I would say this one's like a.
I would rate it a Toby Keith because depending on how much alcohol I've had, I can enjoy it at different levels. Because you know how like when you're at a party and Toby Keith comes on and it's like, 12:45 in the morning, and everybody stops what they're doing to listen to it and jam out to it, but like maybe at like 8 o'clock in the afternoon or like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, if you're sober, courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue might be a song that you skip every now and then.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it's like a Maddie and Tay kind of like middle of the road song.
I like Maddie and Tay. I sat in my car.
I'd say
when they put out the song Sierra, I sat in my car for like 25 minutes waiting for the radio to play it for the first time because I didn't have Spotify Premium yet.
I'd say I'd rank Maddie and Tay like a 7.5.
Oh, okay. So now we can do, just to confuse everybody listening even more. We don't just have 1 through 10. We now have 0.5, so we could bring up anywhere between 20 and 100,000 artists.
Yeah.
To come up. Yeah.
So I'd give that song a 7.5.
It's not her best work.
No.
But it's not bad. And I'm not going to say it's bad.
But we're big fans.
Big fans. Yeah, absolutely. This will not be the last time you hear us talk about her stuff, and she's definitely coming out with new stuff soon. So, 2 thumbs up there. Walker Hayes' "Don't Let Her."
Walker Hayes.
It's catchy, and I compared it to 2016 Thomas Rhett, so I'm going to stick with the 2016 Thomas Rhett, but I feel like he's too popular.
I'm going to say that, yeah.
Yeah. I got trapped into listening to it. I don't. You know what? I'm going to rate this a Simple by Florida Georgia Line out of Florida Georgia Line to Luke Combs, because
I'm gonna agree with that.
It got stuck in my head, and every time I turned it on, there was at least one other person that's like, skip that shit, turn the shit off.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. I don't think we can rate the Lady Antebellum songs since neither of us listened to it.
So
we dropped the ball there.
So we're gonna guess and say it's a Blake Shelton, not a Luke Combs. So you can put that where you want, because I know Blake Shelton's very polarizing.
I'm pretty sure a ton of radio stations added it this week. Like,
so must be pretty.
It was
good.
Like up in the 120s. Yeah.
Jeez. I would rate it a Blake Shelton, not a Luke Combs, because a lot of people love Blake Shelton, and I very much don't like him. So I think that evens out to a very even keel 5 out of 10. So
yeah. The Trey Landon song,
Florida Georgia Line, 0. That song's awful.
I'm gonna give it a Dustin Lynch.
It's like okay. I'll give it a Dustin Lynch
like
out of Luke Combs. But not like Cowboys and Angels Dustin Lynch, like the latest album Dustin Lynch.
Backstreet Boys Dustin Lynch.
All right, Tyler Braden's thanked me for that.
Tyler Braden. I liked it. I'd say it's like a Jordan Davis.
Oh yeah, that's a good. Yeah, I'll agree with you. A Jordan Davis out of Luke Combs, definitely something that I wouldn't be inclined to skip, but I don't think I'll ever search it into my Spotify except to give it one more listen after this, because I think I owe it one more listen.
The John Wolf song.
I would also rate this one a Jordan Davis out of Luke Combs, because again, I don't skip it when it comes on. It is on my new music playlist, but I don't think I'll search it out after this.
I'd say,
for next episode, we should probably come up with like a range of artists to put down so we can just kind of reference it instead of trying to come up with one off the top of our head.
I'm on my Spotify artist page, just like scrolling, looking. I'd give it like a Toby Keith, I'd say.
Yeah.
Out of Luke Combs.
So, yeah, I'll put it a Jordan Davis and a half out of Luke Combs, right between Jordan Davis and Toby Keith, because again, if I'm drunk, I'll probably crank this up.
Logan Mize' EP.
I'll give this one a Cody Johnson out of Luke Combs, basically like a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I like that.
Good work, Logan. That's some good stuff. Yeah. Again, you're not listening. I'm just going to pretend that every artist and everybody we refer to is listening to this.
Listens to this, yeah.
Good work, man. All right, yeah, we'll move on to next segment, short segment, new music coming out this week that we'll try to do every episode. I have Billy Ray Cyrus's Snake Doctor Circus. I'm not listening to this shit. Are you?
No. I'm not going to listen to it, no. We have Ray Fulcher's EPs coming out. He released 2 songs off of that. Oh yeah, that one I will listen to many times.
Eric Church, 61 Days in Church. He's been kind of releasing this as his tour goes on. Maybe the most ambitious and most insane tour like in musical history. I can say in country history for sure, where he just goes up on stage, no opener, 61 songs every time. He's up there for like 4 hours, has a intermission. He's releasing volume 5 of that. He's got a lot of covers on there too. So it's not just the same Eric Church song being played every time. Like, you can go up on YouTube and go find medleys that he does of beloved songs, and it's Eric Church, so it's amazing. And yeah, he'd be putting out his 5th volume of 61 Days in Church. And then another quick segment. I was listening to a bunch of music this week and decided that we should probably throw in like a forgotten gem each week, because I know we talk about the new music, I know we talk about previous work that people have done, but I feel like we haven't really gone out and been like, hey, y'all, remember this? We did do a throwback Thursday album, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and say our forgotten gem of the week is Morgan Wallen's Standalone EP. It came out in 2015. It includes songs that you probably haven't heard of, like Sleep When We're Dead, Yin Yang Girl, Man of the South. All of those are Cody Johnson's out of Luke Combs. Spin You Around also came off that EP, which everybody's heard. And if you haven't, shame on you. Go listen to it.
I agree with that. I'm a big fan of that EP, and I actually forgot all about it too. I was gonna say I made our 2000s country playlist a few days ago, and the song by Jason Aldean, "Flyover States." I forgot about that one. I love that song.
Just to give a frame of reference, I guess that's the song that got me into country. It was that album actually. His My Kind of Party album.
Yeah.
Dirt Road Anthem was on there. My Kind of Party, Flyover States really got me into country music. That is an excellent forgotten gem. All right.
That's all we got.
Anything else? All right, cool. Well, as always, thanks for listening. Thanks to the artists that are definitely listening that we reference throughout the episode. You're not listening, but that's okay. To everybody else, thank you for listening. We have officially launched. So if you're listening to this, found us on Apple Music, on Spotify, iHeart Radio, YouTube, pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts are up on there. And other than that, we will talk y'all next time.